seleccione Spanish. Si no lo ve, busque en los 3 puntos suspensivos que dicen More, están ahí junto al globo terráqueo en la pantalla. Púlselo, seleccione Language Interpretation y después Spanish. Cualquier cosa estoy para servirles en el chat. Y por favor, cuando quiera hacer preguntas, levante la mano como los demás participantes. Yo voy a estar aquí pendiente de sus preguntas para ayudarle a traducirlas e interpretarlas. Muy bien. Bienvenidos, bienvenidas, bienvenides. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Miss Loza.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so I'm so happy to see all of you today. And well, let's see, and have you all here joining us today. Thank you so much. Um,
Sorry to interrupt.
of
Could you please start the interpretation? Thank you.
course I can. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Hold on. 1 second.
Mm, It's like,
Oh
hold
boy.
on.
Friday, everybody. All right, there we go. Eva, is that good? Thumbs up? Yes. Wonderful. Okay. Welcome everybody. Thanks so much. Like I said, we're having a tech day today here at Burbank. So please bear with us for any kind of tech issues. And thank you all for being here. So I'm going to share my screen again. Of course. Where did the slide deck go, Teresa? Who knows? Here we go. Can everybody see the slide deck? I'm hoping so. All right, wonderful. So the first day of school is Monday, August 10th, and we've been super busy getting ready here at Burbank. It's been an incredible week, and we're so excited to welcome you all. Today is just like a little orientation that I do every year, so people just have like a big picture of our school as a whole, some of the things that you're going to need to know for the first day, and take any questions. So that's kind of what we're going to get done today. So the first thing to know is we actually have a lot of different types of programs here at Burbank, and we just keep growing. So that's super exciting as well. So some of the Burbank programs that we have this year is we have two types of programs. These are sometimes called general education programs. We call them here inclusive programs here at Burbank. And so those programs that we have two TK classrooms this year. Those are for children who can be served in a general education classroom and will turn 4 by September 1st. That daily schedule is wrong. Look at that. The first tech issue of the day, the daily schedule is 8:30 to 2:30 p.m. every day. And minimum days are Wednesdays at 1. And this first week of school is every day is 1 p.m. So we do have after school available for our TK students. And if you, we're going to cover that later in other slides. We are just about ready to open what's called a California State Public Preschool Program, also known as CSPP. This serves children that are eligible for these services from ages 2 years, 9 months, all the way to 5 years. And that has a daily schedule of 8:30 to 3. And after school is not available for these students because they are too young. Oh, there we go. All right, some other programs that we have here at Burbank is we have what are called self-contained special education classrooms. Sometimes people call those SCP programs. And we have all different types of them here at Burbank. We have what are called mild to moderate and moderate to extensive special education classrooms for children with different levels of need. We have what's called our deaf and hard of hearing classroom, providing total communication support for those children that have hearing differences. And we also are so excited that we have a infant toddler program for children with what are called low incidence disabilities. So those are children that have a hearing loss, a visual difference, and they are ages birth to 3, and we provide them home support and classroom support. So I love that we have all these different types of programs and teachers and children here in this space. Our self-contained programs all run from 8:45 to 1:45 daily. And we have a minimum day once a month that gets out at 11:30. And children that are in these programs, if they live more than a mile from Burbank, are eligible for transportation. So if that's something you need, we're certainly going to cover that today. All right. We also, like I mentioned, we have a wonderful after-school program with East Bay Area for Agency for Children. That program only serves our oldest learners here at Burbank. So those are those students that are age 4 and up. And that program runs daily from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And if you are a child that is attending our after school program and also qualifies for transportation, like I covered in the last slide, transportation is not available for this after school program, but it is available in the morning. If you are interested in after school, please contact Kelsey Bevins. Her email is down there. And she's a great help. This program has been with us for 4 years, and honestly, I don't know what we'd do without them. All right, and just an extra special remember that minimum days are all this week for our TK children, and those are rooms A and B, Miss Michael and Miss Erica. That's every day at 1 o'clock and every Wednesday after this at 1 o'clock. And aftercare is a great way of supporting maybe those early days for your family. All right, so we're just going to talk really quickly about pickup and drop off. The first couple days are always a little chaotic, but hopefully this will help people feel a little better about what we're doing. So there is no on-site parking for Burbank families. We actually don't even have enough parking for our staff. So please park legally on 64th Avenue or 65th Avenue and walk your child into school. We super appreciate this help. Our neighbors sometimes get a little frustrated with the pickup and drop off. So anything you do to not block their driveways and park in a legal space is super appreciated by our community.
Hi, good afternoon.
Oh, good
My
afternoon.
name is Angelina.
Hi, Angelina.
Eh, no speak English much,
Oh,
poquito.
you need interpretation.
Uh,
Angelina's going to help you in the chat.
okay,
Okay,
thank you.
of course. All right, so this is a big overhead picture of Burbank Preschool. So you can see that big X, that is the middle, like inside of our school. That is Liz, the street that leads up to it's called 64th Avenue Place. That's right over here, if you can see my cursor. That is for buses only. So that sometimes cars will wander in there and it makes it kind of dangerous for the children getting for the buses and the cars, to be honest, and then also for the children exiting those buses. So please don't enter into 64th Avenue Place with a car. Those are for our buses only. All right. So everybody soon in the next 24 hours should be receiving an email or a phone call from your child's teacher. And they're going to talk to you about what door is the best to enter into Burbank, right? So and so something to know, this is a picture of our front door. We call this the front door. The front door is the door that faces 64th Avenue. And so that door stays open all day long. It stays locked with a doorbell. The back side, which is called 65th Avenue, is only open from 8:30, well, probably 8:20 to about 9 o'clock. And that's when that back door locks for safety. So if you are late or a late arrival, you are always going to enter in on 64th Avenue because that is the door where you can ring the doorbell and get in. Any other door should be locked and to keep people safe. And this is it. So if you're running late, please ring the doorbell on 64th Avenue. Super important and signing in at the front office lets us know who's in the building and keeps track of children that have arrived late super helpful for us. All right. So you're going to pick up your student in the exact same location you entered and dropped off. So if your teacher said 64th Avenue is where you're coming in, you're also going to park in 64th Avenue and walk in and pick up your student. If your teacher says 65th Avenue is better for you, then 65th Avenue, you're going to come in and we're going to unlock those doors at the appropriate time, and you're going to be able to come in and pick up your child at their appropriate time. Please do your best to be on time. All teachers work after children go home on paperwork and meetings, and they do all sorts of things after children go home. And so you being on time helps them get that other work done. If you are over 10 minutes late, your child's going to be in the main office. And so that's where you're going to go pick them up. All right. So these are our sick procedures. Everybody gets sick, especially little ones, because they're still developing their immune systems. So while we obviously want your child to come to school every day, we think that's super, super important. Kids get sick. So when they do, please call to excuse them. So you're going to talk to either our wonderful Yvette, and that's her phone number right there. She's our attendance specialist. Just so people know, Yvette does not work on site here at Burbank. She supports lots of other schools. But you can call her directly at that line. Or you can call the Burbank office and talk to the wonderful Elena. She's right there in one of the squares. Probably give you a wave. And Elena will either clear the absence or tell Yvette to do it. So either way will work. If you don't want to call, you can email. Then there's Yvette's email right there. And please tell us who your child is and why they're absent. That's super helpful in us knowing clearing the absence. And then if your child takes the bus, please cancel your bus's route because that helps them know whether to come pick them up or not. Right, this is a little stopping point for some questions. Does anybody have any questions? And if you do, please unmute yourself.
Are we going to be going over the procedure for if we have to check our kid out early? For example, if they have a doctor appointment or something?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I actually didn't put that in the slide, but what you would do is you would come to our main office on 64th Avenue. We have a little thing that you sign out and letting us know that you're picking up your child early. And then either one of us in the office would go get your child for you, or we would say, please go get your child from their classroom.
Awesome. And does that apply to when they're in aftercare as well?
So Aftercare runs their own check-in and out procedures, which I know Kelsey is going to go over in detail at the orientation on Monday, but they have
Perfect.
their own sign in and sign out at Aftercare.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Sure. Any other questions? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I joined a couple minutes late. Is there gonna be notes on what was shared at the beginning regarding aftercare?
Oh,
So I can just review that.
absolutely. And so what I'm going to do after this meeting is I'm going to put this video on Parent Square and the slides on Parent Square and send that out to everybody. So making sure that everybody gets that information.
Perfect, thank you.
Of course. All right.
I've got one more, although I don't want to interrupt if you're on a roll.
Please, go ahead.
Mine was just about transportation. I know I filled out a survey back in July, but I haven't heard anything yet. Is that a hang tight or is there somewhere I should reach out?
That is a hang tight. I'm afraid
Perfect.
our transportation department works very hard this time of year, and we don't actually have the rosters either ourselves here at school. That means we're running a little bit behind schedule. I'm guessing you're going to hear something on Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, I'm going to dive into the things that help keep us safe at school because that's a big part of my job here as the principal. So the first thing is emergency contact information. So Eva. All right. I hope everything's okay with Eva. All right, so emergency contact information is kept in Aries. Oh, are you back, Masifa? You're here? Okay.
Yes, sorry, I'm back.
That's okay. Emergency contact information is kept in Aries, and you've probably received about 9 Parent Square messages about something called data confirmation. Data confirmation is basically you giving us the most up-to-date information on your child and your family, and it goes into our system called Aries, and then we have the most up-to-date information for your family. So when people don't finish their data confirmation, we are using old information from when you registered for school. So if your cell phone changed, your emergency contacts change, anything changed, we're not going to have it. So data confirmation is incredibly important. If you need help with data confirmation, please come to the main office between 8:30 and 3:30 daily, and we can absolutely help you because this information is incredibly important. All right, and I'm going to send this slide deck out, but we actually have lots of like written information about how to do data confirmation. And Elena, our main office, amazing person, she is great at it as well. So you've got lots of ways to get this completed. The other way that we stay safe here at Burbank is safe driving and safe parking. I know the morning is hectic. There's so many families that are dropping off multiple children, trying to get to work, maybe even taking a call while they're doing all these things. I know people are super busy, but we have many, many, many small children here, and many of our children also have special needs. So we need to make sure that the streets surrounding our school are as safe as possible. So please drive slowly and park legally. Please do not double park. Please just find a parking space and walk a little further to your classroom. I would much rather have you guys be late than someone be injured accidentally by people that are not driving carefully. All right. And these are our how we keep people kind of healthy here at school. Something I always like to tell people is that children between the ages of 3 and 5, especially if they've never been to group care before, everybody's going to get sick. Everybody. I actually read a study this past year that children between the ages of 3 and 5, when they first start school, will get 6 to 12 colds. Which is insane, right? And I want people to know that we work really hard here to keep everything clean and hand wash and all the things. But even despite all of this, children are going to get sick. This is a normal part of immune system development. So if your child becomes sick at school, we are going to give you a call. And so we're going to call you if they have a fever over 100 degrees or higher, if they have vomited at school, or if they have diarrhea more than once in the school day. These are the times when we say, please come and get them, because this means they're contagious to other children. And that's what we're trying to prevent, honestly, is the stop of contagion. So please have a plan to pick up your child if they're sick at school. I know a lot of people are working. A lot of people might even work, across a bridge or an hour away. Please have a plan in place if you cannot get to your child when they're sick, because it really helps us keep other children, health and teachers healthy here at school. If we want to prevent illness from spreading, super great to keep your kid home if they're starting to develop what you know is the symptoms for them being sick. If you know your child being super lethargic means they're going to come down with something, it's okay to keep them at home because they're probably coming down with something. And so please feel free to do that. You guys know your kids best, and we don't want to spread illness if we don't have to. All right. Just another kind of summary is when you stay home. So let's say your child did have a fever, they did vomit, they have diarrhea. Please keep your child at home until there's none of those symptoms for 24 to 48 hours. And that includes none of those symptoms without medications. So let's say they don't have a fever, but you're giving them Tylenol, you're just masking the symptom, they still have a fever. So please keep them home until there's no symptoms at all for 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes we have children that come back too soon, and then we first of all have to send them home again midday because they vomited or they have a fever, and then they spread the illness to others, including our staff, which means we have substitute teachers. So please keep this in mind, and thank you for helping our students and staff stay as healthy as possible. All right, medication at school. So if your child has a health concern that requires medication at school or a medical procedure at school, we have to have current doctor orders on file. So this can be for something as simple as albuterol for asthma. We still need an asthma action plan. We still need documentation before we can give them their inhaler. And that includes inhalers, EpiPens, anything that would require us to administer that medication, we need doctor's orders. And if your child is one of those children that has a medical procedure at school, our nurses are going to be calling you and they're going to be checking in on the doctor's orders, making sure we have everything current and on file, because we can't care for your child unless we have the right tools and the right information, the most up-to-date information. All right, just a reminder, immunizations are required for all TK students. There is no exemption anymore for immunizations. This is required by the state, and we have to have everybody immunized before September 30th. Elena is going to be doing some calling if you don't have your immunizations to us. So please bring those in whenever you can. But it's super important, and this also helps us stay safe at school. There's been measles outbreaks recently in several communities, and we want to make sure that our children are immunized against those really large, very serious diseases. All right, I'm going to stop for questions for a second, and we're going to go into some other things. Does anybody have any questions about safety?
Yes. What about emergency contacts that might be needed for like approved pickup? Like if
All of
our
that goes
son.
to Aries. So all of that is a part of the data confirmation. They're going to ask you for emergency contacts. And you
Okay.
so let's say Uncle Joe needs to pick up people. Uncle Joe should be one of the emergency contacts.
Okay, so I just added like grandma, for example. I don't see anywhere that mentions like pickup, but if they're
Oh,
on the emergency contact.
Yes, that's what we're looking for pickup.
Okay.
So if the name of the person who's picking up, they have to obviously show me an ID and they have to be on the list in order to release the student.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions about safety?
Does
For
that
immunization
carry?
records, you guys can email those to me.
Elena, would you put your email that starts with Maria in the chat? That's a little confusing to people. We call Elena, but her email is Maria. So so that way people can know.
I have a question.
Great.
Hi, my name is Dora. I am Saul's mom.
Wonderful.
So question, so will you be letting us know if we're missing any? Because according to me, I'm not missing any documents, but just in case, like, maybe I am missing,
Yeah.
Will someone be letting us know?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That will be me.
Yeah.
And if you will probably get an email or a parent square message from me for our general ed TK classrooms. This year, our health department is asking us to provide a health form, which is a physical form for students, and a dental form. So I will be sending those your way through email or Parent Square. They're not due until 60 days after students start school, so don't worry about it. But you will hear from me
Yeah, if there's anything missing.
shortly in regards if you're missing immunization records or the forms.
All right, thank you.
All right, any other?
Hi,
Oh,
I
hey,
have a question.
right.
I just want to check that the parent that needed the interpreter is listening. Señora, la señora que necesitaba intérprete, ¿ya me puede escuchar?
Sí, hola, buenas
Ok,
tardes.
perfecto, gracias.
Sí, yo pues no hablo inglés, solamente estaba escuchando todo por mediante español, porque le
ok,
puse para la grabación.
¿sí me está escuchando?
Sí, claro que sí.
Muy bien, gracias.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so what should my child bring to school? So the most important things are a bag or a backpack that's labeled with their name. We put all sorts of things in there. So if there's like, for instance, they needed a change of clothes, we can put that in the bag. Notes go in the bag, all sorts of things go in the bag. Work goes in the bag. So please bring a bag or a backpack. An extra change of clothes is great. TK and pre-K, we're doing stuff and they might get messy. So please bring an extra change of clothes in their backpack. And if your child is still using diapers, it's super helpful for you to send some of those as well. We have some diapers here at the school, but sometimes we don't have the right size. So please send diapers if your child is still in diapers. And a water bottle clearly labeled with your child's name. So they're drinking water during the day. That's very important for them. And your child's teacher is going to let you know if there's anything special that that they should bring. But these are the three big things that I see that every teacher would like kids to bring. You are more than welcome to pack your child food. All of the children here at Burbank receive free breakfast and free lunch at school. And so they will be offered all the food that they have available to them. So for, let's say you pack them a big lunch, and so they're going to be offered their lunch, and then they're going to be offered our lunch. And so we're making sure that they have all the food in their body that they want to eat. We super appreciate if your child's a picky eater, you sending some of their favorite foods with them. That really helps them stay regulated throughout the day until we can figure out kind of like what at school they'll like from our foods, and help us kind of like make sure they have all the nutrition they need. Just so you know, sugar and foods lacking in nutrition, like potato chips, can really make children less ready to learn, less regulated. So we really prefer that cookies, candy, chips do not come to school with them. We sometimes have those on special occasions here, but for the most part, we're really looking for foods that will nurture their brains and have them study regulated for learning. All right, please leave any valuables or nice clothes or electronics at home. These often really do get lost at school. We actually have we had a case where a family sent a really nice bracelet to school with the child, and that got lost and they were devastated. And so please, please, please leave anything that's of value, super important to you, at home. We are the place where you wear the old clothes, the old shoes, and you don't bring anything valuable to school. So we super appreciate that, because here it's just either going to get lost or it might even get broken. And so we don't really want that for your wonderful things. So please leave those at home if you can. All right. I'm going to pause there for a second. Does anybody have any questions about the things you bring to school?
I have a question. What about sunblock? I know there's that lovely playground outside.
The lovely playground outside. Sunblock is great. Yeah, you please make sure you let your teacher know that you're sending it.
Okay.
Happy to do it.
Okay, and do the teachers help with that, or should our kid probably
Of
take care
course.
of it on
Yo
their own?
tengo una pregunta.
Un momento, por favor. Yes, the teachers will help with that. Yeah, for sure. That would be pretty messy. Let them do it on their own.
Okay.
Hola, yo tengo una pregunta, señorita.
Adelante.
Mi pregunta es, por ejemplo, mi hijo, él no come comidas sólidas.
Mhm.
Yo mayormente le envío la comida.
Okay, so my son doesn't eat solid foods. I send him the food.
I'm sorry, sends with what? Sorry, Eva?
My son doesn't eat solid food, so I send him food. I pack food for him.
That is wonderful. Thank you for packing food for your
Maravilloso.
that they'll eat. And like I said, there's some children here that only eat very specific things, and we are happy to help them with that. And please communicate with your child's teacher that you're sending these foods to them, and anything else that we should know about how your child eats.
Ok, está bien. Muchas gracias, señor.
Of course. All right.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just going to go over transportation. So transportation is only for students with an IEP and only for students that attend one of our self-contained programs. There's actually a reason for that. It's just because these children can only be served in certain schools in Oakland Unified. So Oakland provides transportation to make sure that they can get to the school that might not be the closest to their home. All right, so if you signed up for transportation in the summer, you should receive information about the bus route by Sunday night. If you don't receive information by Sunday, this is your contact information right here, transportation@ousd.org, and here is their phone number. So I'm very thankful that Burbank does not organize transportation. That seems really hard, and that's not something we do. We're happy to know that you're struggling with transportation, but we don't solve that problem. So really, transportation is the best place to direct your questions. All right. It's too late to receive transportation if you didn't sign up for the first day of school, but you can still register for transportation if your child is eligible. So it takes about 3 weeks to route a child on a bus. And this is the website where you can go and fill out a form requesting transportation as long as it's in your child's IEP. All right. Any questions about transportation before I move on? Oh, great. All right.
No,
Oh, sí. ¿Pregunta, señorita? No.
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
no, todo bien.
No, everything's fine.
Wonderful. Okay. So how can I help my child succeed? That's it. It's a question a lot of families ask me this time of year. I did want people to know, and this is in general true, is that the first 4 weeks of school is hard. It is really, really hard. Children are overtired. They are sad about leaving home and leaving you and leaving their routines. And they also probably don't want to wake up first thing in the morning. So they're tired. And so we know that this is a really hard 4 weeks in general. Some kids transition very quickly into school, and I've seen children take 8 weeks to transition into school. So on the average, we start to see children sleeping regularly and feeling happy about coming to school around week 4. So please know that we have got this. We have transitioned hundreds of children into school, and we are going to do everything to make sure that your child is comfortable and starts to become comfortable with all of us here. Things that you can do to help that transition go smoothly is, first of all, make sure your child is arriving every day on time. That can be really helpful for kids. Sometimes if children arrive a half an hour after everybody else has arrived, it can be extra hard for that child to transition into school because they're like, oh, everybody's already playing. What am I supposed to be doing? And it's off of their routine. So arriving on time can be incredibly helpful for them transitioning well into the classroom. The other thing is during the first 4 weeks, as they're adjusting to their new waking up schedule, making sure that they're going to sleep at the same time every night, super helpful. And our children at this age need somewhere between 8 to 10 hours a night. So making sure that they're going to bed and getting all that good sleep so they can wake up and do the hard thing of going to school, going to a new place where they don't know us as well as they know you, right? They want to be with you because they love you and they're going to love us. It's just going to take some time. They have to get to know us, right? So we need them feeling good as much as possible in order to help them kind of build those relationships when we're here. And then the other thing is, let's say a week has gone by, 2 weeks have gone by, and your child's still really having a hard time coming to school. We absolutely want to know that. So please reach out to us and let us know what's hard, and maybe we can help. And so, because we've done a lot of this, so we are happy to help, and we're happy to help you problem solve maybe a better way of dropping your kid off at school. And this just leads into how you communicate with us. So we are hopeful that we are always having positive and proactive communication with you. And so if you have a concern or you have a question, please just talk to your teacher. She's the first, he or she is the first point of contact. And connecting with them during work hours is the best because all of our teachers have families of their own after work. And so emails that are sent at night when they are off of work or the weekends when they're off of work are going to be answered within 48 hours of being sent. And just know that teachers can't talk on the phone while they're teaching. That's not safe for our kids. We want them paying attention to our children. So please use email or leave a message with Elena and she will make sure that your teacher gets it when they're done teaching. If you're still, you can talk to the teacher and you're still feeling like you still have a concern, please contact me. That is what I am here for, right? So please reach out to me. My email is right there on the slide. You can also call the same number and you'll get Elena and you say, I want to talk to Teresa. Can I make an appointment? Or can she call me back when she's available? Absolutely. I want to hear from you, especially if you're concerned or a question, or you just want to tell me, how great your kid's transitioning to school. I want to hear that too. The ways our school communicates with you, we try to communicate as many ways as possible in order to make sure that every family kind of gets their needs met. Our primary way is through Parent Square. I probably have already received a ton of Parent Square messages. I know it can be a little burdensome to families, but please know from Burbank, that's our primary way of communicating with people, and I'll send reminders about things so you're always feeling in the loop. But I also, for anything that's a big thing that everybody needs to know about, and it's like a big change, like a day off or an early release day, you're going to get a backpack note. That's going to help with that. And so if you're checking in your child's backpack on a regular basis, you're also going to get information from us that way. We call or text when there's an immediate concern at school, like an illness or an injury. So just kind of going back to the beginning of this presentation, if your contacts are updated in Aries, then we can always contact you when there's an immediate concern. And then we also have throughout the year, we have parent-teacher conferences, we have report cards. For children with an IEP, we have IEP meetings and progress reports, and those are scheduled all throughout the year. But if you would like have a meeting with us at some point, we're happy to schedule one. Generally, it takes about 30 days to make sure all of the people that need to be at the meeting can be there, and especially to arrange things like interpretation can take a little longer. So please just know we want to have a meeting with you. We want to communicate with you. So please know that these are the ways that we do it. All right. If you're wondering how you can help our community, that's wonderful. That's great. We have several ways you can participate in our community. We have throughout the year, we have some fun events that we love families to come to, like Sticker Treat is October 31st. We have Back to School Night, which is September 3rd. We have monthly garden days because we're trying to make our gardens beautiful here at Burbank. Those are some fun ways to join in our community. We are always looking for gardening help. So if you are a gardener, we want to hear from you. And if you're like, oh, I can't really garden, but I have some extra soil, we will take it. Or I have some plants, wonderful, right? Anything like that could help our gardens. We have an annual fundraiser every year. It's called our Seas Candy Drive, and that goes directly to support things for our classrooms, our gardening programs, and other things that the teachers are interested in bringing to our school. And then another important way you can participate, we are a Title I school, and so that means we have what's called the School Site Council. And so we have a monthly meeting. We need 3 family members at minimum to be on our site council to help us monitor how we spend our Title I funds. And so we would love for you to be a part of that. And if you're interested in that, please let me know. All right, so these are the final questions. So I'm going to get rid of this slide deck here and find you all. There we go. All right, now I can take any and all questions. Oh, really? No questions? That's surprising.
I have one question.
Wonderful.
For the first day of school, and this is for pre-K. I know they start at 8:45, but how long are parents allowed to stay?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that. So everybody here knows their child the best, right? But what I can say as a person who's been in education, I actually figured it out yesterday. It's 29 years I've been in education. I can say that when families stay longer, it tends to make the child more anxious. And here's the reason why. They know you're going to go, right? And they just don't know when. It's not predictable for them. Right. And so let's say a family stays for a half an hour, an hour, they're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, when is mommy going to go? When is daddy going to go? And it has a tendency to increase children's anxiety rather than decrease their anxiety. So what I generally recommend is you stay for a little while, you talk to the teacher, you get the child settled into their classroom, and then and when you're feeling comfortable, which is generally should be in about a half an hour, somewhere between 15 minutes and a half an hour, then you say, I'm going to leave in 5 minutes. And then in 5 minutes, you give them a kiss. You say, I'm going to see you. Like if you're picking up at 1, I'm going to see you at 1:45. I love you so much. And then you go quick, right? Because if you stay longer, then they're going to be like, oh, no, when is mommy leaving? When is mommy leaving? When is daddy leaving? And there's so much anxiety around that. And I can tell you that, a lot of children do cry at the beginning of school, but a lot of children cry the first 5 minutes after you leave, and then they're fine. So it's really just best to kind of, what's the analogy? Rip the Band-Aid off. Don't stay as long as you might want to. I remember the first day I dropped my child off at school and I wandered around the campus of the school for like an hour crying. So if you need to come cry in my office, come cry in my office. But I do not recommend longer than half an hour. All right.
Ok, yo tengo una pregunta.
Sí.
Adelante.
¿Cómo voy a saber yo el aula y la maestra que le va a tocar a mi hijo?
Yeah, how do I know where's the classroom and who's the teacher for my child?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Um, uh, if you put the name of your child in the chat, we will find out the class for them. If there's other people that need that, please put your name, the full name of your child, into the chat, and we will find that. People should have received an email or a placement letter for where your child is going. One of those two things should have happened. And if it didn't, then we can help at the office.
Ya coloqué el nombre de mi hijo, Miguel Hurtado Cabero.
Wonderful. I think Elena's looking it up right now for you.
Miguel Hurtado va a ir a la clase de la maestra Allison, va a ser en el salón 3. Y debería de haber recibido una carta de colocación del departamento diciéndole quién es la maestra y la información.
¿Eso me tenía que llegar por correo electrónico o me tenía que llegar al domicilio?
Por correo electrónico.
No me ha llegado hasta ahora ese correo electrónico.
Ok. Para decirles al departamento de educación especial.
Ok, está bien, muchas gracias. ¿Me vuelve a repetir el
De-
nombre de la profesora y el aula, por favor?
Se lo pongo en el mensaje en el chat, ¿le parece?
Ok, está bien, muchas gracias.
De nada.
Wonderful. All right, I see a hand up. Please go right ahead.
Yeah, so I was barely able to enroll her today. My daughter, her name is Valeria. I just want to confirm that the Aries portal is up to date and accurate. I believe that there is a teacher reflected on there, but I just want to make sure that that's what I should be going with.
We are so
Yes, it
excited.
is.
The Aries portal is up to date and accurate. We had a number of families register yesterday, which was so exciting. And we've updated the portal as of, I think by noon, we updated the portal.
Perfect. Thank you.
And if anybody gets to school on Monday and they're feeling a little lost, a little confused, please come to the office and we're going to help you right out. All right. Any other questions?
Yes, one question. I looked at the schedule that you emailed by PDF a while back for the TK classrooms. Is there a nap time or quiet time that they have built into their schedule?
Yes, absolutely. So it will not be in effect the first week because it's everybody's gone by 1 o'clock. But everybody is going to have a quiet time where they're on little mats and they can play with puzzles. They can have a little book. Nobody's expecting nap necessarily, right? But some children do fall asleep. And so we do have a quiet time built into every school day. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, I am so excited for all of you, those people that are coming back into our community and those people that are new to our community. We're so excited to have you. And please know that I'm pretty excellent at email. It's like one of my super skills. So if you have like a last minute question, or you're really worried about something, I want to know. So please feel free to email me. I'm going to put it into the chat right now. In case people don't have it. And like I said, I'm also going to put this slide deck, the video of this meeting into Parent Square and send those out. And so hopefully everybody that gets this information, you can see it again, or you can share it with somebody you know was missing today. Again, I'm thrilled. Make sure this weekend it's a little chill. Everybody's getting some good sleep, some good food, and know that Monday might be a little hard, but I hope also it's going to be wonderful. So I'm so excited to see you all on Monday, and thank you for coming today. Bye, everybody. If you need and if you want to stay on and ask me a last minute question, I'm here. Otherwise, I'll see you soon. See you on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ok,
Thank
muchas
you.
gracias.
Okay,
Hasta
thank you.
luego.
See you
Nos vemos el
Monday.
lunes.
See you Monday.
I
Amen is
do
so excited.
Oh,
I
I'm
do
so
have
excited too. Oh, please go ahead. If you have a question, just shout it out.
though I know someone mentioned that there was a schedule that was shared a while back. Is that something that we can get once again for the newly added parents?
Oh, absolutely. So like I said, we got word of you guys around 10 today. So we're gonna send out another email coming out. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Teresa. I don't know if you saw my message in the group chat that I was interested in being part of the student council.
Oh,
I mean, sorry, not student council. Sorry, my mind's in teacher mode. Parent council.
I would love that. Thank you. So Dora, I'm going to send you some special information about it doesn't actually get started until September, but I'm going
Okay.
to send you information around that and I'm so excited to hear that. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, we're excited. So we're starting preschool. So I cried all week already. I'm like, okay, Dora, you cried all week
Get
now.
it out.
Yeah, so we're excited for him. A little nervous, but you know,
Of course.
but I'm looking forward for all the growth with him. He's, yeah, he's a little ball of joy. He can be a little handful, but yeah, you know, I'm excited to meet the teacher, and just be part of this new community.
If you need to cry, you come in my office, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, you have a good one.
Thank you. See you Monday. All right. Okay, we're gonna last chance because I'm gonna turn this off. How do I stop the video? Question. There we go.